And good morning. Welcome to Today at the Races, presented by Fidelity First. I'm Stanton Salter, along with oddsmaker Keith Fustel here, getting you ready for a nice Sunday fun day afternoon of live racing here at Laurel Park. Sunday brunch is cooking. We'll have a nice carryover into Pick 6. Welcome back. You're gone for a couple days. Good to have you back. Yeah. And just want to point out real quick, we have live racing Mondays now for the rest of the year. The odds for tomorrow's card computer generated, and is looking at some of those odds. So we missed you while you were gone.
I didn't know that, the third graders at Sacred Heart Elementary School, you kind of took over and did the odds. No, they were computer generated for Monday. We're on time constraint, unfortunately, within this business. Sometimes with the shorter draw periods, it puts us in that predicament. I think next month we're going to do a double draw, if I'm not mistaken, Thursdays for Mondays. So we're just going to have to live with it for a couple weeks. Sometimes it works out okay. Sometimes it does. There was just some glaring oddities yesterday within the for the card for Monday, and we'll take care of that moving forward.
Yeah, we'll go over those and talk about those horses more on tomorrow's Today at the Races. But a good card of racing today. We're off the turf, but that's okay. Still some money to be made. Nice carryover in the 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6. That's going to start race 4 today on the 9-race program. A little over 1,300 in that Pick 6. So jump into that. That starts in the 4th race. We also have the Players Challenge today. It's only a $30 entry fee with weekly prizes and a guaranteed $5,000 championship. So visit the guest services booth to play. And for more information about the Players Challenge, that's every Sunday here all fall. So check that through the end of October. So check that out. Go to guest services to learn more about the Players Challenge. Also, all you football fans, we have you covered up there. Second floor of the clubhouse, that new sports bar up there has the NFL Sunday ticket. Every game, every Sunday. We have the football pick'em contest. You go up there, you pick all the games against the spread.
Against the spread.
And it's a $3,000 pool. Now, if you pick all the games correctly and you do it here at Laurel or Rosecroft, you get $6,000. So it's potentially a $6,000 football pick'em contest. So lots of fun here. Football, live horse racing, Sunday brunch. We have it all covered today.
I think we had a $6,000 winner already, did we?
I believe so.
First or second week went perfect.
Early on.
Awesome.
Yep. All right, well, let's get right to it. Track conditions today. We're off the turf, but the main track looks beautiful. Yeah. We'll have a fast track. It's not sealed. It's opened up there. Beautiful main fast track today off the turf. And the weather today, what do we got? Late upper 70s. It's supposed to get warm today. It's supposed to get up into the mid-80s, I believe.
Wow. Okay.
But it's clear. There you go. 78, a little cloudy right now. Maybe the sun will come out later on this afternoon. Main fast track off the turf. First race post time is 1:10. Let's get right to it here in race 1. The Rolling Super High 5, that'll start in race 2 today. And a little carryover in that, a little over $700. That starts in the second race. The early, first race will kick off this early pick 5, industry low, 12% takeout, always on all the pick 5s here at Laurel Park. Your best bet, the pick 5s. It's a mandatory payout here on the early pick 5s. So let's take a look here. Going a flat mile on the main track, claiming 15,000 filly mares 3 and up. And I go to the 8, my top pick here, Seeing and Believe. And Sheldon Russell having a big week, and he won 3 races on Friday's card. I believe he had a winner yesterday. He rides this 4-year-old filly for Ricky Silliman. This horse, a nice win 3 starts ago on a sloppy track here at Laurel. Had a good effort against Starter Allowance Company, going a mile on a fast track at Monmouth this past July. So the 8, Seeing and Believe, in my top pick here. 8, 2, 5, 1, my picks here. There we go. All right, we both like the 8 here.
Yeah, I do like the 8. And good to see Sheldon Russell getting back in the thick of things. I mean, he's been hampered a little bit with some injuries, but a very capable rider. I think he's moving forward. We're going to have a good fall into the winter season.
Yep.
Good to see Sheldon riding well. And Seeing Believing, Stan, I think she's going to get a perfect trip stalking to the outside. She was caught in a duel 2 races back at Monmouth, maybe against a little bit better field. There's some questionable speed types in here. I don't think she needs to lead. I like how she kind of got back on her game last time on the turf. No real reason why she shouldn't be able to hold form in the transition back to the main track, since this race is now taken off the turf. I like the 8, Seeing and Believing. Going to be awfully short price.
We both like the 2 a little bit. The 11, I overlooked the 11. You throw in the exact. The Fergal Lynch had a nice win yesterday in the allowance feature. It was a 2 other than. It was a 3-horse field. Larry Jones had 2 in there. The favored got beat. Fergal Lynch just walked the dog,
Walked the dog,
led the
yeah.
whole way. A nice ride yesterday. So Fergal Lynch, one of our top riders. This horse, last couple races, turf up there in New York for Carlos Martin.
Yeah, this horse fits. Has a couple decent tries on the dirt. Decent percentage here. Carlos Martin second off of layoff is 18%. Looks like one of these two to get you started.
And we both like the Hall of Famer Jonathan Shepard's horse, Torcida from the inside. Andrew Wolfson will ride his horse in good form the last couple races on the synthetic up there at Presque Isle. Was running okay this past spring at Penn National on the main track, with the way things happen here and the scratches. I think this filly, the 6-year-old mare, fits here.
Yeah, certainly improved. I mean, she hasn't minded the stretch out at all. She was showing a lot of speed going shorter. She got up there to Presque Isle and really kind of has relished the synthetics. It wasn't going really fast in those races, but showed even pretty good determination last time out. So maybe she doesn't necessarily need to lead, because I think I Dream of Lois is going to go early. There was another one in here that had some speed. What was it? Well, obviously Torcida.
The 5, we both like the 5 might have a little speed.
Fairly close, but yeah, this horse could go a long way. Yeah. Wouldn't surprise me. I just think Seeing Believing has run against better in both surfaces is going to get, kind of get that perfect stalking trip.
And we both like the 5 a little bit. And Lene Baram, a good second 2 starts ago when it came off the turf against Open 15 up there at Penn. Steve Hamilton rides for Salvaggio there in the openers. Let's turn the page here. Right. Race 2 kicks off the early pick 4. We'll have a nice little carryover in that rolling Super High 5. Super High 5, every race with 7 or more horses has a low 15% takeout. Carryover in the second race, $755 for that rolling Super High 5. If they don't hit it in the second race, it'll carry over to the next race with 7 or more entries. But a nice second race here to kick off the early pick 4. We'll have 3 pick 4s for you this afternoon. We're going 7 furlongs on the main track here for the second. Maiden claiming $25,000 for 2-year-old fillies. And I like the 2 Grecian Dancers, a Marathon Farms homebred filly by Frisian Fire for trainer Robin Graham. Katie Davis will ride. A good debut against Maiden, 16,000 company at 26-1. Came with a wide move. Good second. Now a confident move here with the step up to Maiden 25. I'm not crazy about the inside post going 7 furlongs. That never helps. But Katie Davis, she had a win yesterday. She's riding very well. I like to see Robin Graham get a win as well.
Yeah, something's got to give here. Robin Graham, and Maiden second start 0 for 18 over the last year and a half. 2-year-olds doesn't win a lot. The other live horse, Courtney Young, the 5, Queen to Checkmate, 1 for 27 the last couple of years. Somebody might get a win here, with these situations.
Suspect group, maybe.
Yeah, but I mean, Grecian Dancer, you can't fault the debut at all. Kind of moved in tandem just to the inside of the winner. That was a Wayne Potts firster on September 22nd. It really looked good, overcoming some early adversity to win it. But Grecian Dancer was very game to the wire. You see that 5.5 or 5 1/4 clear of the third place finisher. Extra ground shouldn't hurt at all for this Maryland bred. You're going to have to pay a little bit more for the 2 Grecian Dancer jumping up slightly in class. I think the 4 Soft Landing might sneak away at an okay price when you really look at it, and it looks like the speed of the speed. Lasix second time. Throw out the last at Charlestown out of a mare that won twice going long. Courageous Cat on the top. I think distance stretch out shouldn't be an issue. I think Soft Landing can go a long way in here. Might be your best value shot.
And you get a nice lightweight assignment there, 111 with the 7-pound buck. Girl, Callie Francois, the barn. Corrales had a nice winner, I believe, here Friday at Laurel Park. So I overlooked that runner. You also have the 5 in there, Queen, the Checkmate for Courtney Young. This 2-year-old filly hasn't done much yet. Gets in at 111 with the 7 pounds off here with Luis Rodriguez. I don't like this filly either.
Okay. I thought she ran sneaky good last time. She was, kind of moved inside against the grain of the racetrack, made a slight little move before flattening out the final 1/8 of a mile. Dropped some buckets. That was that a Sagamore? Might have been, if I remember correctly. I'm not sure.
I believe so.
Yeah, but I thought that race was pretty good. Has the stamina built up, no problem. Little shortening 7 could be the trick.
Well, that could help. Yeah, cutting back from a mile to go 7 furlongs. You have horses stretching out from 6 furlongs and 5.5. Might get a little leg weary going to the 7 furlongs here. So I like the 3. I'll throw the 3 in here. Menora Laura for the Linda Albert barn. A good race 2 starts ago against Maiden 25 second, going 5 furlongs. behind Fanny Bell Fleming, who's nominated to the Maryland Million Lassie. I don't know what happened last out. They stepped up to maiden 40. Well, I guess the horse went off at 40-1 and ran like that. Hopefully, he can get back to a better effort today, dropping back down to the maiden 25.
Yeah, the biggest key is this going to, this little drop and the 7 furlong distance is going to allow her to, kind of keep the field in range. She dropped so far off of it. Is she going to be able to kind of recover and make the run and run? I'm down late. I'm not so sure. The firster, you couldn't ask for a little bit of ease or spot for the 6, All About Blue for trainer Tim Woolley. By Scypian out of the mare Dam Circle. Full Circle. Half to Full Quest. 2 for 8 at the age of 2 and ran a 51 buyer. That anything close to that would get you done. So kind of the 6th, the firster, tab the tote, see what kind of money comes in and maybe go from there. But this horse had okay work. 2 back, 102 and 3 up at Farrer Hill. Wouldn't surprise me in the least if the 6 All About Blue makes an impact.
Should get a nice trip from with that outside post for the debut. All right, let's turn the page here. Race 3, 5.5 furlongs on the main track, claiming 16,000. 3-year-old fillies or older filly mares never won 3, and I go to the far outside here. The 12's my top pick if I can get there. Baltimore Street for Kieran McGee. I'm going with the Kieran McGee exacta here. The 12 Baltimore Street. Alex Cintron's going to ride a good win 2 starts ago against Nickel 2 Life Company. Going 6 furlongs here. Laurel. Kieran claimed the filly that day. Stepped her up to the turf sprint. 16,003 Life. A good second in that turf sprint. So the filly's in good form. And now with all the scratches, I think she's going to get a nice trip with that speed on the outside with Alex Cintron. I think she'll get a nice stalking trip. I'm going to go with Kieran McGee here. Baltimore Street over the other McGee filly, Mathilda Strevenu.
Yeah, either one certainly could work. Socially driven, the speed to the outside. We'll give a target, I believe, to Baltimore Street and Matilda's Revenue. I like Mischief Moss, the 6 for George Navarre. I think he gets off the schneid here, improving numbers out of a double key race at Monmouth. A little bit of a drop, a 4-time winner. I think the only 4-time winner in here. Again, gets the split condition. I think she's got the edge. She knows how to win. She'll stalk and pounce.
Well, that's the thing. This guy getting off the schneid, he's 32%. And he's won 129 races this year. He wins everywhere. But his horses come over here. They go off even money or less. And he's 0 for 4, at least 0 for 4 so far this meet. So he's been a little cold shipping in here to Laurel. Probably just a matter of time before he starts winning.
You would think. Yeah, and like I say, that last race, I know, was the beaten favorite the last couple races, but in its most recent on the 10th, the second-place finisher came back to win. I think it was the 4th or 5th. They came back and ran quick. 67 buyer to 72 buyer, clearly faster than this bunch.
I respect. I use her in my top 4. We both like the other McGee filly, the 9 Mathilda Strevenu. Pimentel with a nice win yesterday. This horse had a nice win on a wet fast track at Delaware over the summertime. So first start here on a fast dry track today for the 9 Mathilda Strevenu.
Yeah, the shortening up. Maybe this filly, all she wants to do is sprint. That might be her game.
And how about the speed on the inside here? We both like the 1 Faith and Works from the Kenny Decker barn. Gets in at 110 with the 7-pound bug boy Luis Rodriguez, and a sharp win 2 starts ago when it came off the turf, going 5.5, won by 6 against Starter Allowance Company. So gets in a good spot here, I think.
Yeah, I mean this barn, they just pop up sometimes and run off the screen for really no apparent reason. It did it 2 races back at an okay price at 4-1. We'll have to maybe deal with Bubbly. Bubbly's got some speed, as I said, to the outside, socially driven for Wayne Potts. Sure and ensure a quick pace. I think it sets it up for the closer, Mischief Moss, or those other 2 Kirons.
Yep. All right, let's get a quick commercial break here. Nice maiden special weight in race 4. That kicks off the 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6. Nice little carryover today, over 1,300. We'll start with that right after this.
In the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat, either way, you win. Have a stake in the race with ExpressBet.
Welcome back. Today at the races presented by Fidelity First. I'm Stan Salter along with Keith Fustel. Let's get you going here on today's 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6. Let me just get my mic situated here. I like the Pick 6 today. It's a nice carryover. It's a nice maiden special weight to kick things off. There's the carryover, $1,311 in today's 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6 starts here in race 4, which also kicks off the middle. Pick 4, it's a nice maiden special weight 2-year-old filly. He's going 6 furlongs on the main track, and I like this filly in her debut. She went off 17-1 and came with a nice rally to finish second. Let's show you Caught Dreamin'. Let's show you her debut September 30th here at Laurel Park for trainer Phil Schoenthal.
Yeah, a little bit of a bad actor, a little fractious, a 2-year-old filly, just, maybe a little nerve setting in, but boy, a little fractious pre-race and encountered some serious trouble. You saw that little bit of a steady, leaving the 3/8, pulling this horse angles out, trying to make a move and moving well in hand for Sheldon Russell, but just gets bottled up at the quarter pole and just can't completely recover. This horse shifts out and makes a really nice run. Actually dives in and makes a really good run to get the place behind Saguaro Road, who made a big looping 6-wide move on the turn, kind of rode the bias on the 30th. But I thought this horse showed a lot of grit and determination in getting up for the second place finish after being steady to the 3/8, bottled up at the quarter pole, second time out. I couldn't really get excited about any of the first-time starters, Stan. I'm going to run right back with the 6 called Dreamin'. We both like this, which we talked about. Dark Hollow, sometimes they sell, sometimes they keep. They kept this one. Maybe a little bit of a tell. I think she's especially going to stretch out, no doubt.
Yeah, because they normally sell the good ones. This filly by Blame, a Dark Hollow Farm homebred. They keep her, so they must like her enough to keep her to run. That was a very useful debut. Got a lot of education for sure out of that race. Hopefully gets a little better trip today with Sheldon Russell back aboard. So we both like the 6 called Dreamin'. On top, I'll go with the Larry Jones first-time starter, the 5 Forever. So well-bred, daughter of Medaglia d'Oro out of a Bernardini mare. They paid $175,000 for this girl as a yearling at Keeneland. A bunch of nice works up there at Delaware. Gets Lasix in debut. Gets Alex Cintron. This filly's going to get bet heavily here in the debut.
Yeah, one thing Larry Jones doesn't do, he doesn't run firsters in Maryland. I look back, I think he's only run one in the last couple of years. He doesn't usually they make their debut in Fairgrounds or Delaware. This is a little bit of a new thing for him. Yeah, look back, second dam, only ran once, had some speed. First of all, have an unraced mare. We'll see. Wouldn't surprise. The 3 in jail. Turf to dirt angle for Trombetta. Not really the strong. He's only 3 for 25. Turf to dirt with 2-year-old maidens over the last couple of years. But encouraging debut on the dirt against Jehoshaphat. Has some speed. So I'm going with the horses that have a little bit of experience. The 6 called Dreamin' and the 3 in jail.
No, I'll throw the 7 in there as well. Boss Babe, the first-time starter for trainer Tom Proctor. 2-year-old filly by Take Charge Indy out of a Quiet American mare. A bunch of nice works up there at Fair Hill. A Bullet 5 furlong work back on September 16th, and a Bullet half-mile work from the gate, 47-2, October 11th at Fair Hill. So this filly looks well prepared. Lasix in debut. Gets the 5-pound bug girl Ashley Castrenzi. Should get a nice trip on the outside. This is a nice maiden special weight here in the 4th.
Certainly somebody might emerge from this and move on and do some good things. Motion's horse, the firster, number 4, Firth, as a half the life reward, who made close to $240,000. Might want to stretch out, no doubt. I think the foals did much better going longer.
Right.
So, yeah.
How about the horse on the inside? I don't like the inside post, but you have to respect the Linda Rice filly. First time started by Astrology. They paid $300,000 for this girl at the OBS. Caramanos Rides was working up there at Saratoga and the Belmont training track. Lasix in debut. Nice group of maiden special weight 2-year-old fillies here in the 4th race to kick off today's 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6. The late Pick 5 starts in race 5. We're going 5.5 furlongs, 7,500 starter allowance field. Filly and mares here, and I go to the far outside here, the 13. Dale Capuano having a nice fall meet. He's won 3. There's the Pick 5. Industry low, 12% takeout. Your best bet here at Laurel Park starts in race 5. Dale Capuano having a nice meet. He's won 3 races this fall, and this will be Burbank Road's debut here on the main track. She's been running all synthetic up there at Presque Isle. She's in very good form. She has speed going short and going long, and she has had a nice stalking trip last out going 6.5. I like the cut back here to 5.5. She'll be flying late, hopefully, if she likes the dirt. Sheldon Russell aboard for Dale Capuano. I think that's going to be a nice combination.
Yeah, it certainly could be. I'm going to kind of tread a little lightly with that one. I want to see this horse proven on the dirt, on the main track. Lemon Lover likes Laurel, can handle this distance, no problem whatsoever. Paired up some good numbers. It seems like Maldonado gets little bit lucky sometimes.
Even with these
doesn't
main
he?
track
With
only,
these main track onlys, he comes
draws
back.
in off the
Yeah,
A.
and this
Yep,
horse,
yep.
he can get him to win coming back quickly too. I think she kind of sits a good little trip. Got caught in a duel. She can rate at 5.5 and make a move into it. We're gonna have to deal with Pink Princess. I think she's gonna be well met in here as well.
Yeah, she'll be tough for Robert Reed. Daniel Centeno rides good second 2 starts ago on a fast track up there at Penn National against Starter Allowance Company. So we both like those three. I like the 10 as well here. No more excuses. At 29-1 last out sprinting on the turf. She went to the front 2 starts ago on the main track and spit the bit, but she had a nice win in the mud 3 starts ago. She's won on a fast track before. She's in good form here for Schoenthal. J.D. Acosta will get a nice trip with this speed on the outside here, I think, with the 10. No more excuses.
Boy, pulled a shocker last time as the speeds went 1-2 around the racetrack at a good price. That really surprised me. Yeah, she's fine on the dirt. Has she beaten this type yet? I'm not quite so sure.
Right.
Plus, she's got some good speed to the inside that's going to kind of keep her company. I'll wait on her, but 11 Lover, Pink Princess, they're my top 2 in here.
All right, let's turn the page here. Race 6 kicks off the late pick 4. Nice claiming 20,000 wide open condition, 3 and up, 5.5 furlongs on the main track here. The 4 is going to be awfully tough, Iredell, but I go to the outside here, the 11. Mr. Benz for trainer Phil Schoenthal. Make the rider Carlos Quinones. Carlos Quinones rides the 11 Mr. Benz. My top pick. This horse was entered main track only for Schoenthal. He gets his wish. A nice sharp win against First Level Allowance Company. Last out up there at Penn, coming from off the pace. So this horse is in good form. 5-year-old son of Ghost Slappers, a winner here at Laurel Park. I think he'll get a nice trip coming from off the pace and in the clear on the outside.
Phil's got him going really, really good now and got what he wanted. Got through that A other than conditions. Said, okay, this is how you manage the racehorses. You find the value and you go from there. They're willing to part ways at 16,000. This horse is pretty versatile. Can go turf, can go dirt.
Well, that's what they claimed the horse for back in May, and now they've made a bunch of money.
Absolutely, that's the way. You keep your percentage up, keep your owners happy, pay the bills.
Yep.
Iredell though is going to be my top selection. I think he might have just a little bit of a tactical advantage over Mr. Benz. Can he avoid a kind of a duel, getting a duel with Derek Smile? I'm not so sure, but boy, he can run on anything right now. It's really paired up with 2 or 3, I shouldn't bear up 3 or 4 good races in a row. Iredell, does he have one more in him? I'm going to say yes.
Well, look at the meet the trainers having. Tony Ferrier, 4 for 9 here this fall, 44% win percentage. So he's rolling along. This horse, Iredell's in good form in Kieran McGee's barn and has held good form here in the new barn for Ferrier. So 11-4 for me, 4-11 for Keith here in the 6th race. We both like the 8 as well. Who's the 8? Scouts Honor, Alex Centron aboard this 8-year-old for trainer Steve Glaceris. A nice win 3 starts ago, sprinting on the turf up there at Saratoga. A decent effort 4 starts ago, a 4th against Starter Allowance Company on the main track up there at Parks. An effort similar to that, I think, puts the 8 Scouts Honor right there.
Gets a little bit of extra ground, which I think is going to be to his liking, and I certainly think he's going to like the flow that's going to be in this race.
Kelly Breen's brought a couple of clunkers down here, so I can't fault you too much for not liking the 5. Derek Smile didn't run very well 2 starts ago on the Jersey Shore. That was back in June. Spit the bit last out in a turf sprint in August. So trying to figure this horse out. I throw him in there just thinking he gets a piece of it maybe.
He could. Freshened up a little bit off since August 19th. He's quick. He could clear, I guess. Maybe kind of pin Iredell in there and go on with it. But, I just think the drop is just a little negative to me.
And the Barnes Club brought a couple short price favorites down here so far, and they're 0 for 2, Kelly Breen, this fall. So let's turn the page here. Race 7, nice first level allowance contest going a flat mile on the main track, 3 and up, and I go with the 6 here. How's Your Sugar for trainer Gary Capuano. Jomar Torres rides this 4-year-old. This horse been running on the turf, but he's good on the dirt as well. You look at the form from last winter, last December when he was 3. A couple good seconds against Allowance Company going long here at Laurel Park. So I like How's Your Sugar here from the Gary Capuano barn.
I've been chasing him, Stan, chasing him left and right, and I can't get him over the top. Maybe today's the day. I was talking about Kelly Breen. Well, he works with this kind of a horse. Second off of a layoff, a good ROI, wins at a 25% clip off of a good sampling of 72 horses. ROI 253. Not a ton of speed in here. You look at this horse, versatile, turf, dirt, it doesn't matter. Can go ahead, get a comfortable pace up front. It likes to run on the front end, as indicated on the first 2 races. I think he just goes ahead and dictates. That's the 11, Lipman.
He'll be tough. I use him in the exacta, the 11 lip man. We both like the 3 on the inside here. Was entered main track only for Jason Egan. The 3 Tail of Mist. Julian Pimentel will ride. His horse hasn't been in good form recently. Been running against Allowance Company at Parks and Belmont. And this was only the 4th start this year. But with all the scratches in Pimentel, I think the 3 could get a piece of it here in the 7th.
That last race is so bad. Something seems like it was up.
Yeah.
I like they're giving this horse another chance. Certainly have to consider the 3 Tail of Mist.
Okay, and then who else? Overlooking the 13 you have on the outside. Cabang for Mike Chombetta with Prado. Been running decent on the turf up there in New York. Now gets to the main track. You hope that good turf form can convert.
You got to go back to the Wayback Machine and really find a good dirt number on this horse, and he probably needs a setup. I don't think he's going to get it today.
Trying to get to the 7 here. There we go. Broad Reach just had a nice win on the turf last out for Jasmine Pravnik. An okay 4th 2 starts ago on the main track when they took it off the turf. I'll throw the 7 in there, see if this Great Notion 3-year-old can hold good form here on the main track. Nice allowance race here in the 7th to kick off the final pick 3 of the day. Nice allowance race for 2-year-olds. First level allowance contest, optional claiming $50,000, going a flat mile on the main track. And we had an impressive maiden special weight winner with Cordmaker. Let's show you his win September 15th here at Laurel Park. Good looking son of Curlin here for Rodney Jenkins. Steve Hamilton aboard for the win here back in September.
Yeah, number 3 this day, Cordmaker, and going to be 3 today. Yeah, maybe it's his lucky number. And this son of Curlin just really was full of run, leaving the 5/16 pole. Horse moving to his outside, and Stevie's just got to kind of tap on the brakes with Cordmaker. Kind of angles out, finds a seam, and works his way in between. Horse a little bumping going on up there into the stretch. But Cordmaker sees the Sagamore horse go clear. Doesn't phase him at all. He shifts out to about the 4 or 5 path, responds to some right-handed urging, and really, kicks it in late, levels off nicely through the final 16th to go clear, win going away by Curlin out of a Polish numbers mare. This horse is half to Corvus, who was one going long on the turf. But the foals are 0 for 3, going long on the dirt. So we'll see. This horse certainly looks like one that will stretch out. That's the 3 Cordmaker.
I like the way he worked himself out of trouble there. He just ran over the top of horses. I like him. I use him in the exacta Cordmaker. Put the Bernie Houghton horse on top. My price play of the day here, the 1 Black Jacket, 2-year-old by Warriors Reward. Nice maiden special weight win 2 starts ago, going 5 furlongs on the main track at Penn National, and then a good second when they stretched the horse out to a mile against Allowance Company last out here at Laurel Park. So he's really improved when they put the Lasix on a couple starts ago. Forest Boys will ride today. I'll throw the 1 Black Jacket up top here for my top pick.
That horse, we liked this horse on top last time. Couldn't quite get it done at 23-1, but ran very well after trouble, bobbling at the break. Did ride the wave of the racetrack that day into the 6 path, but made a quick move around the turn. It looked like it was going to flatten out, but turned on nicely to continue gamely to zap Hidden Funds that day by a head for the place money. I come back with Hidden Funds to use. I think this horse ran really game against the grain of the track pretty much the entire way after stumbling at the break. I think this horse moves up, but they're going to have to deal once again with Navarro. What's Navarro's horse going to do? By Regal Ransom out of Carolina Moon Dance. At first I was looking, I said turf if I was remembering my memory bank. But no, this horse is a half the gold braid, who was 3 for 8 on the dirt, winning longer. Real easy winner in debut. We haven't seen this horse since August. Once again, what's going to happen?
Yeah.
What do you toss at the short price?
I picked a couple Navarro horses on top, and they've gotten beat at both at 4 to 5. So I need to see him win a race here first, because he's bringing a bunch of short price favorites over here, and this horse will get bet a lot. The 7 can't say no. I use this horse in my top 4, just using some other horses on top. We both like the 6 Hidden Funds from the Michael Pino barn. Nice win going a mile last out at Delaware, and a good third coming out of the same Black Jacket race. So this horse has a good foundation. 2 races going a mile.
Yep, that's the right word, foundation. He certainly has it, and the way he ran down on that dead rail that day was very strong.
All right, so nice allowance race there for 2-year-olds to kick off the late daily double there in race 8. Let's take a look here at the finale, going a flat mile on the main track. Maiden claiming $40,000 for Philly Mares 3 and up, and I just stick with my. I think I got too tired after all the scratches. I stuck with my with my turf picks here, but no, the 10 Hot Frasier, my top pick here from the Ann Merriman barn. Horse was an okay third 2 starts ago on a sloppy track. Ran well going a mile on the turf last out. Again, has that foundation, has a mile race under her belt, and ran decent enough for me in the slop. So I'll go with the 10 Hot Frasier for Ann Merriman. Fergal Lynch, my top pick here.
Yeah, I'm chalking it up with the 5. A lot of chalk, it looks like, unfortunately, for me today with the 5 Victory Rally. First time Lasix on the dirt. This filly looked like she was well meant early in her career. Things really kind of hadn't panned out. They brought her north. She gets this little nice little clause in the condition for the Maryland breds. Catches a little softer group. Kind of a bunch of horses really not proven at all on the main track. 2 Karma might be the main threat. I'm also going to use the 11 Holiday Prayer. I like the improvement this horse made. Teddy Merritt's done a nice job with some of his recent claims.
Yep.
They've moved up nicely.
Yep, ran nice on the turf. Won last out. Had a good, decent second behind Grace Isabel back in May, going long at Pimlico. So again, this horse, 3-year-old filly by Arlen's Holiday, has a good foundation under her. Jose Barnes won a race yesterday.
Good for Jose.
Either yesterday or Friday. Argento at 30-1, led all the way for Bobby Leaf.
And I liked the Robbie Bales horse that had a ton of trouble in the race prior. That they ran second that day. That was a big blow up exacta. I was talking to the action man about that today. Yes.
All right, so
quite disturbed I didn't have that exacta.
We both all right, so that's it. Nice maiden 40 on the main track, going a mile there in the finale. We can smell Sunday brunch cooking up there. I had the shrimp and lobster enchilada special up there in Tips yesterday. Pretty good.
Wow.
Sunday brunch up there as well. Good luck. Dave Robin coming up next with all of today's scratches and changes.
Good luck.